Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. Okay, as usual on the JH Practice Tee, it shouldn't be a practice tee, it should be a weather station for reporting on hurricanes, because most days it's always 40-50 k's dead into us, but it's good for shot making. Okay guys, what I want to do is just a little bit of revision on the connection pressure process in the golf swing. Now there are a couple of, and I alluded to it before, and a lot of my guys have been asking for more info on the specifics. What you have to be careful of when you're trying to implement the process, and that is the connection and the rotation, is that in forming and assuming the connection, that you don't get really stiff and rigid in the arms, that the connection is too much and it becomes very wooden. That's not what it's about. It's about being connected, but the arms having enough pliability in them to be able to swing the club in the backswing. We don't want to just take it back. That's too wooden. We want to be able to swing it back. Swing it and release it. Now the other, so we have to have the arms what I term macaroni in feel from the wrist to the forearms. Very, very soft in the arm so that we can have connection but still swing it. Now the other factor is in concentrating as strongly as we are on the connection and the rotation, that we don't gear our thinking too much to this upper half, and that would tend to make us do this a lot, and that the bottom half would be an afterthought. Now remember that the bottom half, because of the torque that we create in the backswing, automatically starts the downswing. But I think when you're learning this process here, it's very easy to override the automatic initiation of the golf swing by the left leg, the left knee and the lower half. It's very easy to do that, and you can become a little bit like this, and we don't want that. We want this. We want that left side leading as aggressively as we possibly can, and as early as we can in the sequence of starting the downswing. Because I notice when I look back at the tape, and in discussions I've had with a couple of buddies of mine from Sydney, they said that they were so into having the connection here that they completely eliminated almost the role of the lower body. Now I hope the audio is good here guys, because it's so windy. Okay, so what am I saying? I'm saying that we've got the connection. We've got the cups of the elbows pointing up. We're going to turn the chest, maintain the connection, let the arms go and the club go wherever they want to go, whatever that plane is. No such thing as a flat or an upright plane, it's a plane. It's relative to the connection and the angle of the spine. So wherever that goes, but we want to do that in a very soft manner. It wants to look a little bit like this. Get that lower body leading as much as we possibly can. It'll feel a bit like this, guys. We're back here, club set, the lower body. As the club's going back, the lower body's getting ready to go. A la Hogan, Snead, all the good ball strikers. That left componentry starts going left because of the torque that we build up in the backswing. So there's only those two things, guys. Nothing else really. Here, nice soft arms. Let it go back. Let the lower body start it. That's all we've got to do. It's really windy here today. All right, we'll just hit one, and I'll be as loose as I can in terms of feel. that's dead into the wind, really strong wind, and that's just pure ball flight. And I could be looser than that again. Get the left side really moving. I'll try and get a little bit square on. It's amazing how strong that wind is. But the good thing about this, you can hit the ball and still flight it beautifully. Okay, that's cold swing. Backswing's a little chopped off. I'll make the backswing full and make the process of the lower body really strong. I mean, it's just dead straight. So in effect, it just feels like the arms are just being thrown back here, and the under part of the body is doing this. Right, now I'll really get the hips going. I don't think you can overdo unloading your hips. A lot of the guys, and Peter Costas on the Golf Channel was talking about Jordan Spieth yesterday, when Spieth blocked a few, saying, oh, you know, he's not syncing up his arms with his lower body. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that anybody deliberately tries to sync up their hands and their arms with their lower body. The lower body is going to go at a rate every time at the same rate. No matter what anybody thinks, it's going to go at the same rate. What happens when the ball goes to the right is that the players do not fully release the golf club, just open club face. So what you've got to do is, you know that rate of that unwinding in the lower body is going to be there on every golf shot. So what you've got to say to yourself is, okay, that's going to happen. That's going to be there. So what I have to do is make sure that my rate of rotation is the same. I've got to rotate so hard every shot. And when that shot goes to the right, a la Jordan Spieth, it's not the syncing up of the hands and the body, the arms and the hips through the ball. I don't believe that at all. And I don't believe that anybody could ever convince me from a biomechanical, logical point of view that that's the case. That is purely and simply that the club is under-rotated when the ball goes to the right. So I can be as aggressive as I like with the rotation, as long as I've got my lower body and that hip exit action as aggressive as it needs to be. I could stand here for 3 years, I'll never hit a better shot than that. And all that is, guys, in my mind, is that I want to rotate that so hard. But because this is already gone, I can't rotate it too hard. I can't over-rotate it, because this has already happened and the shoulders are still square to closed. That's the good thing about this swing. They're still square to closed when we hit the golf ball. All right, now I'll try and what I call the brink of disaster process. I'll absolutely go nuts here with the rotation. I'll try and over-rotate this more than I possibly could and smother the golf ball. But I will just be very aggressive in my hip rotation, which will counteract that. That's a perfect golf shot. So I don't buy, and I'm not saying that Peter Costas doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a very knowledgeable guy, but you know, I'd like to have a discussion with those guys and say, well, what's the logic of that, guys? This rate is always going to happen. That's always going to be there. So if you think that you're going to have to bring your arms down at a certain rate to accommodate that, that's folly, as Hogan would say. I just think that you have to have in your mind the fact that you know the hips are going to rotate at a certain speed, and they're always going to do it. So this has got to happen all the time. Be very aggressive with that rotation. Because I don't think you can do anything else. Now if we do it with the driver, This will be great today. This is my 5-degree driver. This was Jason Zubak's head. Okay, now I'm going to really be aggressive with that lower body and rotate really hard. Now that's, considering how strong the wind is, that's just absolutely not moved an inch. And I feel like I'm doing this, guys. But this is already gone. Now there's two. I got my buddy Pete here, and there's two shots. They're identical, aren't they? He's just giving me the thumbs up. You can't hear me because it's so windy. But they're in the same place. They've gone exactly the same. And that's just so much rotation. Now guys, while I'm here on the same tape, when I was giving you the rundown on those putting mechanics, one thing I neglected to show you was the obvious. When we want to talk about the bottom of the arc and how consistent it is and where it should be, we only have to do this. If I put my arm out there, that's the bottom of the arc. Simple geometry. That is the bottom of the arc. It's not here, and it's not there, it's there. There it is. That's the low point. That's the flat spot. Same here. And where is my arm? 6 inches in front of either foot. I put my foot here. There it is. So that's the flat spot. That's the bottom of the arc. That's the non-negotiable logic of this system. There it is. Just put your arm down there. There it is. It's not there. It's there. So you have to accommodate that. There. Or there, depending on the eye dominancy. There it is. If I put that arm there, it's going to be there all the time, the same every time. It'll never be the same there, because it's moving to there. Put it there, guys. There it is. Put it there. There's your marker. There's your reference point. There it is. There's the armpit. There it is. There's the bottom here. Simplicity. I neglected to make that point on that videotape on the putting. So that's just an addendum to the putting mechanics. And it makes sense, doesn't it? If I stand here, look. There it is. It's not there. It's not there. It's there. Simple stuff, simple geometry. Okay guys, just have a look at that. I'll just hit one little wedge with little punch wedge into the wind here with this softness. Here we are. Soft arms. Perfect. Okay guys, that's it. Have a look at that. Tell me what you think.